Oh, great. It's one of those videos again, where Lars thinks he's funny and every video on this channel turns into a shitty sitcom. What's up, everyone? I'm Lars. As you know, I don't know what kind of intro I have, but this is the metal story. The metal origin story, how I got into metal. Now, everyone has one of these. Well, you know, if you're a metalhead, you have a metal origin story. But, you know, this is my metal origin story. I guess that's what we're calling it now. Let's just fucking get right to it, man. So, metal. How did I get into metal? Well, let's see. Let's go back to, it was probably about 8 or 9, somewhere around that area. And my mom used to play Highway Star by Deep Purple. One of the fucking first metal bands. They're going on their farewell tour, you know? The first metal bands, they're all broken up, except for Deep Purple. Black Sabbath just broke up. Led Zeppelin's been broken up for a long time. Deep Purple is the only original metal that's left. Can you fucking believe it? Anyway, this is a greatest hits album, but Highway Star is off of Machine Head. Dude, I used to listen to that. I get so fucking hyped, man. Like the fucking guitar solo. Holy fucking shit, dude. You can only listen to that song when you're like fucking speeding down the road. How many fucking speeding tickets has that song caused? Wonder that. Hey, alright. Hell yeah, dude. Okay. This isn't even the album it came off of. Why am I getting so hyped about that? Anyway, yes, my mom would play Highway Star when I was like under 10, probably. So, yes, that's a song for fucking speeding down the highway, man. So, yes, that's like the first metal I was exposed to. And, yeah, okay, so, I mean, I've always been into rock music. I've said it before, you know, classic rocker by birth, pretty much, because, like, my dad is the biggest Beatles fan ever, and he's been playing Beatle Brunch since before I was born. He probably played the Beatles as I was being born, so, you know, naturally, I became a Beatles fan, too. Fucking look at this, man, like, this, hell yeah, alright. So, I've always been into classic rock, and so, you know, metal evolved from classic rock, you know? That's how it works, man. Metal came from rock, which came from blues, but everyone knows that. Okay, so, always been into classic rock. Then I got into classic metal, Deep Purple, classic metal. So then, there's not that much more metal encounters until, like, middle school, so let's go there. Like, yeah, okay. So, I don't know if you'd call these bands metal bands exactly, but, you know, they might have been, like, some sort of metal, okay. So, in middle school, I was into bands like Skillet, Breaking Benjamin. Hell, dude, like, I'm still into those bands. They're fucking great bands. Like I said, fucking Awake and Rise, two of my favorite albums. So I was into that kind of metal in middle school. You know, like, you know, more modern. I mean, I don't know if you'd call those bands modern. They're, like, that was when I wasn't in, it was back before I was stuck in the 80s. It's like early 2000s metal, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. What the fuck? Okay. So, I was into those bands in, like, middle school. So, you know, not quite the metal yet. This metal that I'm into now. So, then, I was still into rock, you know, classic rock. I've always been into classic rock. And then, it was 10th grade. Oh, gosh. Here we go. It's 10th grade. I started getting into metalcore. You know, wasn't everyone into metalcore in 10th grade, you know? This is gonna be really embarrassing. Look, alright? It happens to the best of us. Not all metalcore is bad, just most of it is kind of generic, you know? But I was really into, Bring Me the Horizon, Motionless in White. I have listened to those bands recently. They're not that bad. I mean, you know, there's just not that much depth, you know? It's just a bunch of screaming, like a bunch of chugging. There's not, like, too much complexity. But hey, if you like metalcore, like metalcore, whatever. Alright, so, into metalcore in 10th grade. You know, high school is when when the metal started happening. Because, you know, I don't know, like, the whole metalcore, is it metal, is it not metal? That's like a debate that, who the fuck knows? Is metalcore metal? What do you think? I think, you know, it has elements of metal. You could call it metal, I guess. So, into metalcore in 10th grade. Then, you know, I was into metalcore until like 12th grade. And 12th grade is when I started getting into the real metal, as I called it for a long time. So what happened was, I saw a bunch of people criticizing metalcore. They're like, oh, it's not real metal, it's all just screaming and yeah. So I was like, alright, well, I want to listen to some real metal. And so I was looking for like top 10 lists of some sort, and I found Fade to Black by Metallica. You know, that's the first Metallica song I ever heard. I was like, oh fuck, that was like 3-4 years ago. You know, I can name all the Metallica albums in chronological order nowadays. I used to get Kirk and Lars mixed up. I'm going to see Metallica this year. I got them on my fucking vest. Fucking hell, I'm a big fucking Metallica fanboy, as you know. So, yes, Fade to Black was the first Metallica song I ever heard. And I thought it was pretty good, and then, like, for some reason my mom played Enter Sandman because she knew it, because everyone fucking knows that song. And I like that one too, so I started, you know, trying to get into, like, that whole, the 80s metal. And then, somewhere along the line, I found Motorhead, I found fucking Ace of Spades, I found fucking, that, the first time I heard that, like, you know, man, the first time you hear Motorhead, you're just, this is fucking metal, dude. Okay. You guys know, I saw Motorhead's last show in the US. Fucking metal lives forever. Okay. Anyway. So, that was when I started getting into, like, the whole 80s metal kind of thing, you know? Thrash metal. Glam metal. Because I'm one of the few metalheads who likes thrash and glam, because apparently you can't like one and the other, because, I don't know, man, okay, so, yeah, I like Metallica, and I also like Def Leppard, okay? Look, they're right next to each other, see? Metallica right next to Def Leppard. Hey! Some glam metal is good, not all of it's generic, a lot of it is, but, you know, it's just, it's, you know, it's alright, so, thrash and glam. You guys like thrash and glam? Let me know. Alright, so, I don't know how I got into glam. I guess I heard some Van Halen. I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, like, the 80s metal is where I stayed because I'm fucking stuck in the 80s now. Yeah, and, for a while, I thought, oh shit, metalcore sucks. The only real metal is from the 80s. Metal is dead now because all we have is fucking metalcore. But you know, not all metalcore is that bad. Like I said, a lot of it's generic, but some of it's okay, right? Yeah. I'm not a fucking elitist, that's what you call them. So, it all started with Deep Purple, Highway Star, and then it progressed to, like, you know, the more modern metal, alternative metal, I guess, and then the metalcore, and then the thrash, and the glam, and the, you know, just classic heavy metal. Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, classic metal. So, you know, those are the kinds of metals I like, you know. Heavy, mostly, yeah, just classic heavy metal is really my favorite, I guess. And then thrash, glam, that's really, you know, like, that's where it ends, you know. I mean, it never ends, because I'm still finding new metal bands that released their last album in 1981, but, yes, I'm always looking to find new metal bands, like, you know, maybe, there's so many different types of metal, you know, and I'll find it one of these days. And y'all get into some new stuff. So, yes. There you go. That's the metal origin story. That's how I got into metal. Alright, so, like always, there's gonna be new videos new guitar covers, a lot of yelling. See you around. Till next time, stay metal.